This is my 2024 recap, in which I'll be portraying that what are the best, worst things that turned out to be best for me in real life. And in this video, this will be my first YouTube video, and I'm making this video because I just wanted to make a start because I have already started posting on Instagram. You can check out me on Instagram. I'll mention it in my comments. In the beginning of 2024, it began like just like everyone turns up their resolution of like becoming their best selves and like turning up to be their best part. But the first month like managed up to be like very good, but then suddenly some thing got pushed me up and it had like a really really uh, really distortion. Like you play guitar, so you have distortion. No, so it's that moment just distorted my life, and I think that in my 17 years in this world, like that was like the kind of like the biggest failure that I felt. But now I consider it as like it was nothing to me, and it shifted my mindset from a boy who just wanted to study, wanted to play guitar, wanted to please other people, to a person who just wanted to grow himself. I became better by like 63%. Like why I'm saying like 63%, I have calculated. No, this is just a copywriting trick to trick the audience about on how to be like more authentic, how to sound like more intellectual. This is sound like how copywriters work and trick other people's. And if I talk like about that failure, like it just shifted my mindset. Like you win, I win 3 times and I lost 3 times, but at the fourth time in that thing I won. In those 3 moments of that failure, I was like very down. I like cried 2 times and I was felt like very bad. Like, it was kind of like miserable. And I got to know about like how the people can change themselves. Like, how they can just turn up to be like biased, like to the people who are like more pleasing to them, who just butter others, how people treat them and how they treat to the people who don't like really butter them but care about them. And that was kind of like my best failure of this year. Like the award goes to him, yeah. And that failure like overheaded me up, and that changed my life. And I thank to that person, because if he would not be there, I cannot change myself like I have changed myself. If I see like the person who was like 5 days ago, I like, oh, I like admire. I like just feel shame like who I was. Like that was kind of like that. I developed an habit of growing myself daily, like, and from like I'm currently studying in 11th class, and like when the half no like yeah the first periodic exam was going on, like I studied for like midnights, like 2 to 3 a, like I'm being awake at like 2 to 3 a.m. or p.m. Like that's what, like I just fumbled up my sleep schedule. And I want to tell you something, that that sleep schedule is fumbled up till right now. But in those nights I spend like some of my best moments like of my life. I grow myself, I work on my dream, I outreach to other clients, I develop myself, I read books, and that's what I kind of like I do on that thing. and that's what motivates me. I decided to do many things this year, but I did many things, but like something was like I didn't do it. But if I say you like it, screen, just turn off it. It looks better when you have some valuable things in your behind. Like you too feel better by seeing this stuff. And the next thing, like on like August, I started learning. I started to see Iman Gadzia. At that moment, I thought like, how can I? I remember that at that day I saw like a video of him like buying a 22.4 crore horse, like buying a horse for 22.4 crore, like made me highly energetic that how come he did it. Then I just started to watch him and then I like researched and I watched his 4 to 5 videos. There was this agency incubator course in which he marketed for himself for his course, but I didn't buy the course because I didn't have money at the time, and even my parents didn't believe that something online can be done. At that time, in that video, he told something about we call copywriting, something called a marketing agency kind of like thing. He also started his career like that only, and that's when I decided to start up my own thing. Like on August, I watched a 4 hour course of copywriting. Like if I would see my first copywriting means writing for businesses, writing their sales emails, writing for their lead generation, writing their Instagram posts creatively, not like just writing them. This can be done by AI, but you need a person who is like excellent in AI, who write prompts really well, and that's what the thing is. Like, yeah. And at the August at Rakhi, I started copywriting as my learning progress, and then I dropped it. I didn't specifically know that why I dropped it, but then suddenly a thing came to my mind that really changed something in me. Like I saw some of the YouTubers like really growing. I saw some of my friends like they were like enjoying the life, and no, like they were just living a simple life. Like everyone was chasing those IIT JEE. Everyone is chasing, not was chasing. Everyone's chasing some similar goal, and I thought that I shouldn't be in a rat race, so-called rat race. Like I didn't want to be like that, and that's why I decided to do something unique in itself. And then like I decided first, yeah, like then I decided like I need to do something different from others. And then on like 1st of October, 3rd of October, I started to watch an 8 hour course of a channel named Tyson 4D, who really teaches copy perfectly. Around like 3 months ago, I made some many beautiful goals that I promised that I will be myself. I promised that I would become a great copywriter. I would like write really great copy. I still remember that first day, like when I wrote the first piece of copy, like it was kind of like miserable. Like if I see the copy on that day, and if I see that what I write on today's basis, like there's a huge difference. Even I didn't imagine myself that I can be better in this 3 months like that perfectly. And still, like if I see like my copies which were like 15 days ago, I just think like, oh man, like what is this? Like, is it written by me? So I can barely say that like in this year, like half year I wasted, but something got me enough and that forced me to like do not waste the half year which is left. And I didn't waste it this half year, but I 3 months I walked like a 90-year-old person in progress. And after the in these latest 3 months, like from in that 3 months, when 3 months I walked like a 90-year-old. Then after the fourth month, I walked like a 50-year-old, 40-year-old, and today like I am like running towards my goal. Like I don't care like about my health. What's the main goal for me is to just achieve more and more, like achieve anything that you can. Because I think like I do, God doesn't give us what we deserve. God gave us what we think we deserve. And that's why I started thinking delusions. Once when a time came that I started living in delusion and didn't make any actions over it. And that was kind of like a very bad for me, like watching motivation, just seeing others grow themselves. Like that was not a kind of like thing that what you should do if you are watching this video. Like what you should do is like what I was saying, like I felt do not watch motivational videos, but don't exceed the limit. Watch for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do not exceed the limit. And I also figured out a thing, like whenever you are watching something on any kind of platform, like imagine that this is your brain. Like if you are watching a movie, use this much part of your brain to utilize that what's good in that movie or what's good in that picture or anything that you're watching, what's good in that content. I daily started watching this kind of like good videos which were developing keen, which were like keen on to developing like myself. And yeah, like that's what I got. And like yeah, the first 3 months, like when I was learning copywriting, I made amount of like I made like this much notes. And like this can be considered as my 3 months of research and the 45 emails that I have written up in this computer, and the scripts that I've written are in this computer, the outreaches that I've made, hundreds of outreaches, but still not get that one thing that you are going to deserve. Will deserve that one day. All the things in this placed a God in front of me to see like how perfectly He has given my life. He has given me a computer, a Wi-Fi connection, a phone to shoot myself. He has given me 2 eyes, 2 hands, 1 tongue to speak. Like whatever I am today is like something which is being like you have listened to, like dots get connected, even the failure get connected, everything get connected to something which is going to be in your future self, gets connected to one thing in your life. And like in my 9th class, no, in the lockdown period, like my father showed me like an program called Chandragupta Maurya, and I watched that was a 108 episode series, and I watched it like 2 times. Okay, and this is what I got extracted from it. Chanakya Niti. Like this is the perfect book that you ever need to motivate yourself. It is better than anything in this world. If I see a motivational video and if I just analyze and utilize and tailor these things, I will 100% surely get whatever things are written in this book will be present in that motivational videos. This is the power of this book. Like this is a real motivation to myself. And if I talk about like something else, like I have very developed myself, yeah. And the next thing is like recently I started when I started outreaching, like first day I outreach, like if I say my first day outreach, it was like hell, like. And the last night I really learned some hell ideas to write some perfect outreaches. And I think that if I follow that for nearly around like 15 days, I will definitely, like, no one can stop me from doing that outreaches, like no one can stop me, like, from that. Yeah, if do outreach in that method that I've got to learn about, yeah, no one can ever stop me, like, from growing. Yeah, I have made many goals this year for my future self, that what I'll be achieving in 2025, and that's enough, like. And there's a secret and a mystery that I'm going to tell you when, if 10 comments, yeah, it's weird to listen like kind of 10 comments. If everybody, like if 10 people comments like tell me your secret story, like if 10 people comments on this video and like says to me like tell us your secret story, then I will definitely tell your story. And that has kind of like changed my life, like, even that this in that despair I'm currently living today, sometimes I often get reminded of that thing, like that person. And if you want to know about like what is that mystery and what was the failure that made me more motivated towards my goal, so 10 comments and I will make that video.